What's up YouTube, Runner95 here, bringing you another deck profile video. I'm going to try to do a lot more of these. I'm also trying to get a couple pack opening videos for you guys. To try to get more videos on my channel. I've been doing trade binders and stuff. I really like to just mix it up and do some other stuff. So this deck is for a relatively new deck to me. I don't know that many people who run it. Not a lot of people. I'm actually the only person at my locals who runs it. That's Hazy Flame Fire King. It's just basically it's actually not even that deck. It's just a fire deck. But it runs really well. I'm still trying to get to where it's a little more consistent than it is right now, but it's running pretty well, and I like it. So definitely once I bump up that consistency a little, it'll definitely run really well. So let's get right into it. For the monsters, run 3 copies of Hazy Flame Cerberus. This card is basically the searcher of the deck. When it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you get to search your deck for a Hazy card and add it to your hand. So it helps you get Pillar, helps you get monsters, and it's just a great search engine for the deck. I run 3 copies of Flamvell Fire Dog. When it destroys a monster, and it has 1900 attack, so it's actually relatively easy to do. When it destroys a monster, you get to special summon a fire-type monster with 200 or less defense from your deck. So it combos really well with Flamvell Magician to synchro into level 8, or a Hazy Flame monster, Hippogriff, Cerberus, or Barong if you want to. It just helps you Exy, summon, synchro summon, just really speeds up the deck. I run 3 copies of Fire King Barong. Helps me get some of the Fire King cards I have out. 2 Hazy Flame Hippogriffs. The thing I like about the Hazy monsters is that none of them can be targeted by card effects. So, they can't be compulsed, they can't be, whatever. They can't be targeted, so it's just, they're good cards to have, and they run really well. They're pretty powerful, so they're great cards. 2 Fire King High Avatar Garunixes. I only run 2 of them. I don't recommend running 1, just because, if you get it in your hand, it's dead and you really never use it. But 3 is too much, because it increases your chance of drawing it, and especially first turn drawing it, which sucks. I run 2 copies of Hazy Flame Periton. Great card to get out monsters on the field. You normal summon it, you tribute it, and send 1 fire type monster from your hand to the graveyard, and you can special summon 2 Hazy Flame monsters. So this really helps you Exy summon, which is the main idea of this deck. And then 1 Flamvell Magician, just for a target for Flamvell Fire Dog and Rekindling to get those Synchro monsters out. Going on with spells, I run 3 copies of Rekindling. Helps get stuff from the grave, helps Exy summon, helps Synchro summon. Great card. 3 copies of Onslaught of the Fire King. Helps me get Garunix out very quickly. First turn it all the time. Great card. 3 copies, of course, of Hazy Pillar. Key to this deck. It's hard to get out your Hazy monsters without it, because you have to tribute. This allows you to normal summon them for 1 less tribute, so basically you get to normal summon them for free. Really key to this deck. And then 2 MSTs, 2 Lances. I use Lance just because while the monsters, like the Hazy monsters, can't be targeted by card effects, they can still be destroyed. If it doesn't, it can still be Darkhold. They can still be Torrential, and this just helps get over that, and it helps with Garunix. It helps prevent Garunix being compulsed back into my hand, or bottomless, stuff like that, because if they compulse Garunix back into your hand, it's dead. It's very hard to get Garunix out from your hand in this deck, so it just helps prevent that. 1 Reborn, 1 Darkhold, and 1 Heavy. I decided to run a Heavy Storm in this. I know in my 6am profile I said I don't use Heavy Storm in decks that I use a back row, and this deck does require a back row to be down there, but I've just noticed that with the amount of back row damage this format has, and the amount of back row focus this format has, it's just nice to have a card where you can be like, bam, and clear their entire back row. So if they set 3 or 4 back row cards, you don't have to waste 3 MSTs and still have 1 card down. You just heavy. I just like it. It's just an extra defense. Moving on to traps, run 2 of my favorite card ever, and that's 2 copies of Breakthrough Skill. This card is a great card. I cannot express how great this card is. It does not get the hype it deserves. It is such a great card. It's a double Veiler that you can use on your opponent's turn. That is so incredibly awesome. The only downfall of it is it can be MST'd. But I mean, Veiler, it can be mind drained. They can get past Veiler. Breakthrough skill, you get it twice. So even with Evil Swarms, if they Infestation Pandemic it's in your graveyard. Next turn, you do it again. And with this deck, I run 2 of them because most of my monsters are level 6 monsters. So Ophion and stuff like that, I basically put it in there for Evil Swarms because that's what most of the people at my locals play. But Ophion prevents you from special summoning level 6 or higher monsters. So, I couldn't Periton into 2 Hazy Flame monsters because I couldn't. They were level 6s. So I threw it in there just to get over Ophion and to get over basically any effect monster. 2 Bottomless, standard. 2 Fiendish Chains, standard. 1 D Prison, 1 Retort. I run Retort in here just because it's a great card. I'd like to run it in more than just this deck because it just helps you get stuff back. Like, you can get a Dark Hole twice. I've done that so many times. You Dark Hole. 4 turns later, they Dark Hole. You have Retort face down the field. You Retort, it negates it, and you add that Dark Hole back to your hand. So you get 2 Dark Holes one game. It's a great card. It's not the best card early off in the game, but overall, it's worth it. 1 Hazy Glory basically is just another searcher. You activate it. It again allows you to normal summon Hazy Flame monsters for 1 less tribute, but if you send it to the graveyard, you get it as add a Hazy card from your graveyard to your hand. 1 Compulse, 1 Judgment, and 1 Mirror Force. I don't have a warning in here because I do not have another one. I'm looking for another one, but for now I don't run it, and I actually don't know if I'm going to run it at all. I'm happy with the amount of traps I have right now. I know I have a lot of cards in here. I think I have 44 cards in here, and I'm fine with that because this deck is not about speed. It's about getting out monsters and just destroying your opponent. So, it's not like 6 Sands where you have to boom, 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 all about speed, all about speed. And most of the cards in this deck will help you with something. So I have no problem running 44 cards, even though most people say, oh, you shouldn't run more than 42. It doesn't really affect me with this deck. For the side deck, I run 3 copies of Mind Drain, great card. Check my 6 Sand video for the reason why that's a great card. 1 copy of Pot of Duality, and 1 Snowman Eater. I threw the Pot of Duality in there just because I did used to run it in the deck, but it does so much special summoning that I've noticed that sometimes it's not effective. I have to choose between special summoning and activating Pot of Duality. And so I put it in the side deck just in case I needed to add a little more consistency to the deck. I could, but if I didn't need to, it wasn't just a dead draw. For the extra deck, 1 Maestroke, 1 Utopia, 1 Utopia Ray, 1 Gymnite Pearl, 1 Gauntlet Launcher. Great card. I want to run another one of those, but I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. I kind of want to, but it basically just helps you pop stuff whenever you want. It doesn't even say once per turn. You can do it as many times and whenever you want, just as you can. So you can pop stuff during your opponent's turn, and it just destroys it. 2 Hazy Flame Basilitrice is a great card. It's the Hazy Flame Boss card. Its effect is based on how many materials it has. If it has 3 or more, it gets 200 attack for each material attached to it. If it has 4, it can't be targeted by card effects, and if it has 5, it can't be destroyed by card effects. And additionally, you can attach an Xyz material from the card and banish one of the cards your opponent controls or is in their graveyard. So, it's just a great card to have. 1 Swordbreaker just helps me get over everything that has 2600 or less attack. You just declare a monster type and you destroy that monster at the end of the battle step. 2 Photon Strike Bouncers. Great card, helps you negate everything, monster effects. 1 Stardust and 1 Thought Ruler. So yeah, guys, that's about it. Tell me what you think down in this comment section below. Please like and subscribe to this video, and tell me if you want me to keep doing this. I can get some of my friends' deck profiles up here. One of my friends runs Macro Rabbits, one of them runs Atlanteans, one of them runs Evil Swarms. I can do deck profiles for them if you guys want. So just, leave a comment down below on whether or not you want me to keep doing this or not, or PM me, and just tell me what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.